Alright guys, welcome back. We have another question from the first chapter of Mechanics of Materials by Hibbeler, and we have question 8 where we need to determine the resultant internal loading on the cross-section through point C, assuming that the reactions at the supports A and B are vertical. So if we look at the two supports that we have at A and B, the question is telling us that we only have vertical reactions at these two supports. So if you want to start with the free body diagram of the entire beam, I can show it in here. So if you want to show all the reactions that we have in here, at the end of this question, what we need to figure out is the internal loadings at C. And as we talked about in the previous videos, we need to cut this beam at point C, and we're going to deal with two different forces, the shear force, the normal force, and the bending moment. So these are all the internal loadings. And obviously, if we want to do that, we can either go with the left side of the beam, which seems easier compared to the right side, but we are missing the reaction at point A. So the first step, we're going to draw the free body diagram for the entire beam just to figure out what reaction we have at A. So let's just show all the forces. So let's consider this A. We have the same story for B. The question is telling us again, the reactions are only vertical. We have the 6 kilonewton that is applying at this point, which is 0.5 meter away from A. And we have this distributed load in a triangle shape, and we need to replace this distributed load with one single force. So we need two things in here. First thing, what's the magnitude of the force? The magnitude of the force is basically the area of this triangle, which this side is 3 kilonewton meter and the base is 1.5 plus 1.5, which is 3. So the force by itself is 3 times, so the base times the height, which is 3 divided by 2, that's going to be our area, and the force will be in kilonewtons. Okay, that was the first thing, but the other thing is where this force is exactly applying, and for that we're going to go with the centroid of the triangle, which we know is 1/3 of the base to the left and 2/3 to the right. So if we want to show the distance in here, this distance would be 2/3 of the base, and the base was 3, so this distance would be 2 meters. That's pretty much all the forces for the free body diagram. Again, we only show the external forces on the beam, and we're assuming that we are in equilibrium. We have three equations: sum of all forces in x equals 0, which is not going to help us. So let me just write down the three equations: sum of all forces in x equals 0, y 0, and we have one moment equation as well, again because of the equilibrium condition. So from the first one we cannot get anything because there is no forces in x, but from the y and the moment we should be able to find the two unknowns that we have. So two unknowns, two equations, and yeah, we should be able to find the unknown. So we're not going to go with the y because obviously we have two unknowns at y. All right, so we have the moment equation. We can either go with point A or the moment about point B. Because we are interested at the support at A, we're going to go with the moment about B, so that way we can get rid of the B that we have. So let's see what we have. We have the moment of A about B, which is clockwise, so -8 times the length of the beam is 4. We have the moment of the 6 kilonewton about B. This one's counterclockwise, so positive 6 times the distance would be the distance from here to the end. Again, the beam is 4, so 4 -5, so will be 3.5. We have the moment of the distributed load. That one's also counterclockwise, so plus 3 times 3 divided by 2, and the length again is 2. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. So equals 0, these two will be cancelled out, and 4a is equal to 9 plus 6 times 3.5. So let's just calculate this. So yeah, the A will be 7.5 kilonewtons. All right, now that we have A, it's pretty easy. You just have to draw the free body diagram for this part of the beam and show all the forces that we have. So that's our section at C. We have the AY in here, or the A 7.5 kilonewton. We have the 6 kilonewton force at the distance of 0.5, And yeah, this one is also 0.5 meters. And now we have to show the internal loading. So for the internal loadings, as I said, we have a normal force. And see, we have the shear force and one bending moment. So normal force, shear force, and the bending moment at point C. Again, we have the same thing, three equations. Sum of all forces in X equals 0, which means NC is 0. So there is no normal force. Sum of all forces in Y equals 0. So we're going to have 7.5 negative 6 plus VC equals 0. So the shear force would be 1.5 kilonewton, and the direction is correct. We didn't get any negative answer. So at the beginning, we can just assume the direction for all three of these. We can just go with positive. And for the moment, we just do the moment about point C. Again, this is our point C. Counterclockwise positive. So we get rid of VC and C. So we have the moment of the 6 kilonewton, which is counterclockwise. So 6 times 0.5 force, and this is the distance r. And the other one, 7.5, is clockwise, so negative 7.5 times 1. And we have 1 mc, which we assume that is counterclockwise. So let's see what we get. And this will be also equal to 0, again, because of the equilibrium. So the moment will be negative. This will be 3. So negative 4.5, it goes to the other side of the equation. It will be positive 4 kilonewton meter. And this is going to be the bending moment. So at the end of this, these are our internal loading, NC, VC, and MC. Also, the positive sign in here shows that the moment is counterclockwise. Hope everything was clear. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.